morning, everyone. I hope everyone's well this morning. Good morning, Judge. Morning, Mr. Walker.
Good
morning, Judge. Good morning. Mr. Jordan, are you there?
Hi, Judge. It's Miss Champion today.
Oh, good morning, Ms. Champion. How are you?
I'm good.
Would you let the jail know that we're ready to start when they're ready?
Okay, yes, sir.
Thank you.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, courtroom two. I hope everyone's well.
Yes, sir. We had the wrong Zoom link, so that's what you get to log on, Your Honor.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you for letting us know. I believe that we are ready whenever you all are. Who do we have first?
We're gonna have position number 12, Mr. Tariq McGee.
It's your case, Mr. Finley. This is a negotiated plea.
That's correct, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. McGee. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. Good morning, Ms. Webb.
Good morning, Your Honor. In Mr. McGee's case, the state is recommending 12 months to serve 92 days, credit for time served 46 days, balance probated, family violence intervention program, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, a stay away from the incident location at 849 Capitol View Avenue, Northwest Atlanta, and no further contact with Don Ward. That is Don, D-A-W-N, Ward, W-A-R-D. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Finley.
Yes, Judge, that is our understanding of the offer, of which we do agree. We would just ask that once Mr. McGee does complete the family violence course, that his balance could either be suspended or become not reporting. And also if the probation fees could be waived. Judge, thank you.
Any objection to non-reporting, Ms. Webb?
No, no objection, Your Honor, to non-reporting after that family violence is complete.
Okay. Mr. McGee, it's my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to simple assault, family violence. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury? You don't want a jury trial, do you?
No, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
You asking me?
Yeah, he's talking.
Yes, all these questions are for you.
Say it one more time, my bad.
That's all right. Nobody has forced you to plead guilty
Oh,
to
no,
this
sir.
charge.
No,
Okay.
sir.
I'll accept your guilty plea. I am, as negotiated, I'm going to waive the probation fees while you're on probation to help you get and stay on your feet. And once you complete the terms of the probation, it'll go to a non-reporting status, okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, you can go sit down. Next, we have position number 18, Mr. McWater, position number 18.
Good morning, Judge.
Hey, how you doing? Oh.
Good morning, Ms. Helen.
Good morning. Oh, God.
This is Cortez McWhorter, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Mr. McWhorter. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Can you say it again, sir?
Sure. We're doing this by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
I guess.
Okay, is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. McWhorter, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney present at these proceedings to represent you. We have offered you the assistance of the public defender this morning, and I see that you would like to proceed without the assistance of a public defender. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you're charged with battery, and that charge could carry a year confinement and or a $10,000 fine. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Is there a reason that you would like to proceed pro se as opposed to using the advice of the public defender?
No, sir.
Okay. And are you telling me that you do not want to have the public defender represent you this morning?
Oh, yes, you can go ahead.
Say it again.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay, well, it's up to you. Ms. Helen?
Yes, Judge, I may need to get a moment to speak to Mr. McWhorter because when he spoke to me and we went over the legal process and discussed some things, he advised me he did not want to go the legal route and process that I was going, even after I gave him all of the advice behind it. So I'd like a moment just to speak to Mr. McWhorter, make sure we're on the same page.
Good morning, by the way.
Good morning, Mr. McWhorter.
Good morning.
Okay, and let's see. So can we get Ms. Helen to call courtroom 2 and take someone that's in positions number 1 through 12 that are Mr. Findling's this morning?
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Finley needs to talk to another client also, Your Honor. So what I was guessing, we just put both clients at the end of the calendar and they can speak to both of them when we finish.
Okay, that's fine with me. Very good. So we'll get back with them. Thank you.
You can just have a seat up here. We're gonna go to court, okay? All right. Next, we have position number 23, Mr. Christopher White.
And this is going to be a non-negotiated plea, Ms. Helen.
Yes, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. White. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you. Ms. Webb, given that this is a non-negotiated plea, would you go through the facts for me?
Yes, Your Honor. This particular incident arises from a dispute call that occurred on May the 20th, 2021 at an incident location for 11296 Murphy Avenue, where the defendant was accused of striking a neighbor who was over the age of 65 years old. Allegedly, the defendant was in that laundry room area mopping the floor when the victim arrived to wash his clothes, and the defendant told him to wait 10 or 15 minutes. For whatever reason, the victim, Mr. Willie Frank, that's Willie, W-I-L-L-I-E, Frank, common spelling, attempted to enter into those premises. When he opened the door, the victim reported to the responding officer that the defendant began attacking him. The defendant allegedly pushed him into a wall, which caused the victim to fall and sustain cuts and bruises on his forearms and elbows. The victim was bleeding at the scene and was treated by Grady EMS. Your Honor, and for perspective, the victim is again 65 years old, while the defendant is 43 years old, standing at 6'1", 245 pounds. The victim did advise our office that he does not have any personal relationship to the defendant, and it appears that he did say that he does live across the hall or across, quote unquote, the way from the defendant, but they do not have a previous relationship, Your Honor. Also, the defendant has FTA'd on this case previously. He does have a $5,000 bond through pretrial release, as well as a previous history that includes simple assault, obstruction, simple battery, and aggravated assault from a 2011 case out of Troup County, Your Honor. For those reasons, and considering the facts of this case, and that this seems to be an unprovoked attack simply for entering into the premises after being asked not to, Your Honor, the state is making that recommendation for the 45 days to serve. 12 months to serve 45 days, credit for time served 9 days, with the balance probated, no further contact with Mr. Willie Edward Frank, a stay away from that incident location, 8-week anger management courses, and 20 hours of community service, Your Honor.
Thank you. Good morning, Ms. Harrison. How are you today?
Good morning, Judge.
Ms. Helen, I'm going to Ms. Harrison first. I want to get
Judge.
Ms. Harrison, aside from the 2011 charges, is there anything else in the history?
She has a 2019 conviction in Troup County for simple assault, aggravated assault, simple battery, and obstructing or hindering person making 911 call.
Okay, thank you. Now, Ms. Helen.
Thank you, Judge. I also was going to ask for his history. So is it 2011 or is it 2019 for those charges?
2011.
So the 2011.
Correct.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. Yes, Judge, this is a non-negotiated plea. We are asking for time served. When I spoke to Mr. White, he advised me that in this situation, he was just working. and that he didn't make any type of overtures towards this individual, but he understands how serious this charge is towards Mr. Willie Edward. He does not know who that person is. There is no contact with that person, hasn't been. Mr. White has no issues with the 8 anger management courses because, again, he understands how serious this charge is and the 20 hours of community service as well as the stay away, Judge. But we are asking for the 10 days that he has, the 9 days that he has done at the Fulton County Jail be considered time served. I understand that that case was 2011, but I am asking for time served for this case because there is no recent violent history with Mr. White. And again, when I spoke to him, he advised me he is not a violent individual. He was just at work. He understands how serious these charges in this case is, but he would like to resolve it, Judge, in a time served with the conditions.
All right, so given the history also, Ms. Helen, it'll be 12 months to serve 30 days, credit for time served 9 days. If that's something that he's willing to plead to.
Just want to make sure I have the math right. That will be an additional 6 days. Mr. White, did you hear that? The judge is giving you a recommendation of 30 days to serve, which would be an additional 6 days in jail with the conditions. Would you accept that today?
Yes, ma'am.
Understood. Yes, Judge.
Okay. Mr. White, it's my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to battery against a person who is 65 years or older. Is that correct?
Oh, yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I will accept your guilty plea, Mr. White. The sentence is going to be 12 months to serve 30 days, credit for time served 9 days, balance probated. No further contact with Willie Edwards. Stay away from the Murphy Avenue address, 8-week anger management, and 20 hours of community service. I'm going to waive the probation fees for you while you're on probation and help you get and stay on your feet. And once you complete the terms of the probation, it'll go to a non-reporting status, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. White.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
You're
Judge.
Next, we have position number 8, Mr. Lewis.
Good morning, Mr. Lewis. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me, Mr. Lewis? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down, sir. Thank you. Mr. Walker, is this your case?
Yes, Your Honor, it is. The state's recommendation to both counts to run concurrently is 12 months to serve 19 days, credit for time served of 19 days, balance suspended with a stay away from the instant location. Can you give me 1 second? That instant location is 75 Piedmont Avenue. I believe that is a parking deck on GSU's campus, Your Honor.
Mr. Finley?
Yes, Your Honor. That is our understanding of the recommendation, the time served, of which we do agree, Judge, and additionally stipulate the factual basis, venue, and ID.
Okay. Mr. Lewis, it's my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass and obstruction of a law enforcement officer. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yeah.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
All right, cool.
So that's a yes?
Yeah.
All right. Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
All right. I'll accept your plea as negotiated, Mr. Lewis. Good luck to you, sir.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Next, we have position number 6, Mr. Jackson, position number 6.
Good morning, Mr. Jackson. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
I do.
Thank you. Mr. Jackson, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. You can put your hand down, sir. Mr. Walker?
Yes, Your Honor, the state's recommendation is 12 months to serve, 41 days, credit for time served of 41 days, balance suspended with the condition of a stay away of the incident location. That address is 633 Parkway Drive, Northeast, Atlanta, Georgia.
Mr. Finley?
Yes, Judge. We do, that is our understanding of the recommendation, of which we do agree. And additionally, additionally stipulate to the factual basis, venue and ID.
Mr. Jackson, it's my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, I am.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, I haven't.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Jackson. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you. Next, Your Honor, we have position number 9, Mr. Anthony Little.
Good morning, Mr. Little. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court would be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, Mr. Little. Mr. Walker?
Yes, Your Honor, the state's recommendation is 12 months to serve, 18 days, credit for time served, 18 days, balance suspended with the condition of a stay away of the incident location. That address is 1152 Delaware Ave, Southeast. That is located here in Fulton County, Georgia.
Mr. Finley? You're on mute. You're on mute, Mr. Finley.
Sorry, apologize. That is our understanding of the recommendation, Judge, of which we do agree at the time served and balance suspended.
Mr. Little, it's my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Little. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Next, Your Honor, we have position number 14, Mr. Robert Matthews.
Good morning, Mr. Matthews. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video? Is that a yes?
Yes.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me, sir? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You can put your hand down. Thank you, sir. Ms. Webb?
Yes, Your Honor. The state is recommending for Mr. Matthews 12 months to serve, 15 days, credit for time served, 15 days with the balance suspended, and no driving without a valid license as a condition, Your Honor. Nothing further.
Yes, Your Honor, that is our understanding of the offer. We accept. We also stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID.
Okay. Mr. Matthews, it's my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to no proof of insurance, driving without a valid license, and knowingly driving a motor vehicle on a suspended or canceled or revoked registration. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Matthews. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Next, Your Honor, we have position number 7, Mr. King. give him a few seconds to get up here, Your Honor. He's on
Okay.
crutches.
You can take his time.
Okay.
Good morning, Mr. King. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me, Mr. King? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Sure.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. Thank you, sir. Mr. Walker?
Yes, Your Honor. To both counts, the state's recommendation to run concurrently is 12 months to serve, 19 days, credit for time served of 19 days, balance suspended with the condition of a stay away from all MARTA locations through his current MARTA suspension, which ends on December 14th of this year.
Mr. Finley?
Yes, Judge, that is our understanding of the recommendation, of which we do agree. And additionally stipulate the factual basis, venue and ID, Judge.
Mr. King, it's my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass and fare evasion. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges and not by pleading guilty to them. You're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
Was that a no?
No, sir.
I'll accept the guilty plea as negotiated. Mr. King, you understand that you can't go back to MARTA until after December 14th. You understand that?
I understand.
Okay, very good. Good luck to you, Mr. King.
All right. Your Honor, can we go back to position number 18, Mr. McWater?
Okay,
And yes, Judge, that will be a negotiated plea.
Hello, once again. Right there.
okay. Mr. McWhorter, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. You can put your hand down.
Yeah.
Ms. Webb?
Yes, Your Honor. The state is recommending 12 months to serve, 20 days, credit for time served, 10 days, balance probated with a stay away at the incident location 1315 Eason Street. That's Eason, Eason Street, Atlanta. No further contact with James McLaughlin. That's James, common spelling. Last name is McGlockton. 8-week anger management courses, and no alcohol, drugs, or weapons.
Yes, Judge, that is our understanding of that plea. We do accept it. We stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID. We would just ask for the fees to be waived. And once he completes the conditions, if it could be non-reporting.
Any objection to non-reporting, Ms. Webb?
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. McWhorter, it's my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to battery. Is that correct?
Yeah, but I have a question asked on that one.
Okay, Mr. McWhorter, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I'm happy to let you speak with Ms. Helen again if you have a question regarding the plea.
That you guys on your business.
Okay, so Ms. Helen, if you can speak with Mr. McWhorter again if he has any additional questions.
Sure, Mr. McWhorter, if you have any procedural questions, go ahead, give me a call, but I can answer any other questions for you on the phone. Do you have a procedural question? Mr. McWhorter?
No.
Okay, so would you like to proceed or? Mr. McWhorter, would you like me to stop and call you, or would you like to keep going forward?
Yeah, we go for it now.
Okay. So the question was, Mr. McWhorter, it's my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to battery. Is that correct?
Of course, but I gotta remain silent. Like, but you asked me a question, so I'm good with that. Yeah, I played guilty, but it was 2 years ago. And he just charged me with this. They pulled my name up March, they said put my name up.
Mr. McWhorter, he just wants a yes or no. Please do not explain any information. It may be and will be used against you. Please just answer him yes or no, okay? If you have any questions.
Anger management class, that's all I had to say to the judge. I already finished my anger management class. That's all I had to say. When I was arrested for that situation, I complete my classes. I don't know what's the problem about what's the problem about me getting arrested from that situation. I haven't been over there in 2 years. Ever since that happened, I haven't been over there in 2 years. So I don't understand. Ever since I've been getting pulled over by police, they pulled my name up. They never said I had a warrant until I got locked up about another certain situation. They said I got locked up for harassing someone March 14th, actually this month. And then I come to find out I come to jail. Then they throw these paperwork in my face where it happened 2 years ago. And I'm supposed to be locked up if they already put my name on 2 years ago before I come here. About another situation that happened on March 14th.
Okay, so this morning, Mr. McWhorter, we're dealing with case number 19 CR 008260F, which is a battery charge that you're correct about. It happened in October 6th of 2019. It's my understanding that you have not answered for this charge. You have been charged by the solicitor with the misdemeanor offense of battery. So this morning, if you would like to plead guilty to that charge, then we can move forward. If you would like for the court to do something different this morning, I'm happy to let you speak with Ms. Helen regarding that. You've heard what the recommendation from the state will be. It's my understanding that you've spoken with Ms. Helen about that and that previously you had agreed to that recommendation. If that's changed, that's fine, but you'll just have to let the court know and we'll have to proceed with some other, with either a bond hearing this morning or if that's not the case, then you can have a jury trial on this matter. And if you would like a jury trial, that'll be set. The case will be returned to the division judge and that will be set sometime in the future.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so given what your options are this morning, what would you like to do?
Well, it helps me out. Can you say that again, sir?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear your question.
I said whatever helps me out to get out of the situation I'm in right now.
Well, it's up to you, Mr. McWhorter. So this is your decision. This isn't the court's decision. This is your decision as to whether or not you want to plead guilty to the charge or whether or not you would like a jury trial.
I am guilty either way it go because I've been charged with that, but that was 2 years ago. But so either way it go, I gotta play guilty so it won't be a problem with what's going on right now what I was arrested for before the situation. Do you understand where I'm coming from, sir?
I'm sorry, Mr. McWhorter. I can't hear you very well, and I don't understand.
I'm saying,
Hey, don't lean, just lean back.
I don't want to yell at him.
Yeah, but if you do that, he's not gonna hear you. Just
Well,
talk.
excuse me, sir. All I have to say is, of course I had to play guilty because that what I got charged with 2 years ago. But I don't understand why I don't understand why I'm here for that reason. Why I haven't been on that property. What they say I've been on the property.
Okay, so you have it. You know, I'm glad that you haven't been on the property, and you won't be able to go back to that property.
I've never been on the property. The house is in foreclosure right now.
Okay. All right. So what would you like to do this morning, Mr. McWhorter?
Well, I would like to. I guess I would like to go to my probation.
Okay. So you would like to plead guilty to the charge of battery? Is that what you're telling the court?
Might as well, because all this stuff really doesn't make sense. But by you being a judge, I can't be rude about the situation because what I was locked up for, what they told me is something happened March 14th. They said I harassed someone March 14th. And when they told me when I came here, they brought this paperwork in my face besides what I was charged with. So I'm very confused about the situation. But by y'all bringing this up to me, I really don't have a warrant for what happened 2 years ago. It's something I got arrested for what happened March 14th. They said that's what the warrant was for. So basically, I was saying I had 2 warrants for what happened.
Your Honor, you know this is an MH, right?
Yes, I understand that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, thank you, sir.
All right. So what we're going to do, Ms. Helen, is that I'm going to give you the opportunity to speak with Mr. McWhorter, and We will go into a breakout room at the end of the court session to discuss what.
Understood, Judge.
Mhm. Who do we have next?
Next, we have position number 1, Mr. Burdette.
And did you need to speak with Mr. Burdette, Mr. Finley? Or have you done that?
I already spoke with, yeah, I'm prepared, Judge. I already spoke with him, sir.
Okay. All right. Good morning, Mr. Burdette. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, I do. Good morning.
Good morning. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you. It's my understanding this is going to be a non-negotiated plea, Mr. Finley.
That's correct, Judge.
Given that, Mr. Walker, can you tell me the circumstances?
Yes, Your Honor. I'll start with the recommendation, which is 12 months to serve, 45 days, credit for time served of 17 days, balance probated with the conditions of FVIP, no further contact with the victim, whose name is Kimberly Burdette, and a stay away from the incident location, 860 Lake Forest Circle in Roswell, Georgia. The facts of this case are on April 10th of this year, Roswell PD did respond to the location and met with the victim, Ms. Burdette, who advised that her husband came home extremely inebriated. After a verbal altercation, he did take his fist and punch her in her face, her chin, thigh, and arm, resulting in visible purple bruising in all of the areas stated. She did provide the Roswell PD officer with a video of Mr. Burdette forcing his way through their bedroom door, which was shut and locked. And it was able to capture the violent assault on her cell phone. At that time, the officer did make contact with Mr. Burdette, who was passed out, inebriated on the floor. Mr. Burdette was unable to effectively communicate, but he did indicate to officers that there was a physical altercation that did take place. After running Mr. Burdette's name in the system, he did come back wanted on a simple assault charge out of Henry County, which was with his wife, the same victim in this case. Ms. Burdette did indicate to officers that this was the 5th or 6th time that this has happened. She also provided the state with pictures of her injuries, and I will advise the court they are quite graphic. She does have 2 black and blue and purple eyes in all of the photos, and she does have a knot the size of a baseball on her forehead resulting from this incident. Mr. Burdette does have 2 DUI convictions in the last 3 years, and he has 3 other domestic violence cases that are currently open with the same victim. And the victim, Ms. Burdette, is currently on the line, Your Honor. At least she was. I'm not sure if I see her now.
I see her there. I'll give her the opportunity to speak if she wants to in a moment. Mr. Finley?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, sir. On behalf of Mr. Burdette, we are asking for time served. As of now, it would be an additional, after the 2-for-1, probably about 7 days. He has done 17 days. So I am asking for time served on behalf of Mr. Burdette. Additionally, Judge, we are not opposing the no further contact, but what he does have belongings at their home. So he would just need a third party or a way to get his belongings, Judge. And additionally, just ask that, actually, that's it, Judge. Thank you.
Ms. Burdette, I see you there. If you would like to address the court, I'm happy to hear what you have to say. You don't have to address the court if you don't wish to.
No, I don't. Thank you.
Okay, that's fine, Ms. Burdette. Given what I've heard, Mr. Finley, I am going to accept the state's recommendation as far as what the sentence will be. If that's something that he's interested in taking.
Would you like to move forward, Mr. Burdette, with the guilty plea?
Yes, I would.
All right. Mr. Burdette, it's my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to the charge of battery family violence. Is that correct?
Yes, if I would, please.
Say it again. The question was, are you pleading guilty to the offense of battery family violence, sir? Courtroom 2, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you now, Your Honor.
Okay.
Our internet connection is a little unstable.
Okay, thank you. I'll repeat the question. Mr. Burdette, it's my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to the offense of battery family violence. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. I had a question for my attorney, but I guess I can't do that right now.
I'm happy to let you speak with your attorney if you need to
Quickly.
clarify something.
Yeah.
Again, let me have him call you because anything you say can and will be used against you, Mr. Burdette. Do you need to speak with Mr. Finley? Do you need to speak with him?
I can speak with him, Judge.
Okay.
Yes, Zach, am I going to be spending more time in jail here, or can I move on to
Mr. Burdette, the judge did not accept our record, or he's following the state's recommendation. So it would be an additional, give or take, about 6 days or so.
very well? Yes, I plead guilty, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. So let me take it from the top. Mr. Burdette, it's my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to the offense of battery family violence. Is that correct?
Yes,
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
no,
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
yes,
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
yes,
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
no,
I will accept your guilty plea, Mr. Burdette. The sentence is going to be 12 months to serve, 45 days, credit for time served, 17 days, balance probated, a family violence intervention program, no further contact with Kimberly Burdette, and to stay away from the 860 address. You can go back to that address on one occasion with the assistance of law enforcement to retrieve any belongings that you may have there. I am going to waive the probation fees while you're out on probation, but I'm going to require that you remain on probation for the entire 12 months. All right. Good luck to you, Mr. Burdette.
Next, we have position number 5, Mr. Jeffrey Lavick. Position number 5.
Good morning, Mr. Levick. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Good morning, Your Honor. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me, sir? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Walker?
Yes, Your Honor, the state's recommendation is 12 months to serve, 36 days, credit for time served of 18 days, balance probated, with a condition of a stay away from the incident location. 1 second, I will give you that address. It is the Wild Wings Cafe, located at 5530 Windward Parkway in Alpharetta, Georgia. There is restitution in this case. There are 3 victims. The first victim is the Wild Wing Cafe. The defendant did take an iPad from that location valued at $1,000. So $1,000 back to the Wild Wing Cafe. He additionally stole a wallet of one of the servers who were working at that time. Her name is Miss Ivor Dixon. Is $1,200 in cash that he took from her wallet and $200 in restitution to Bethany Madrigal, which is spelled Madrigal, who additionally had her wallet stolen by the defendant as well.
Okay, so I've got 4 counts of theft by taking. Is that right? I've got it for 1 count. It's an iPad valued at $1,000. For another count, it's Miss Dixon of $1,200.
And then 2 counts for Miss Madrigal, 1 for her wallet and 1 for the cash that was inside of it.
Okay, and how much is the wallet?
It was $200 in total with the cash.
And how much was the cash? I'm sorry.
The cash was $30.
$30. All right, so. So $2,430 all total?
Yes, sir, to the 3 different victims.
Okay. Mr. Finley?
Yes, Judge. I did go over the restitution and he does agree, obviously, to the restitution. He will pay that. And we are just asking judge that once he does complete and pay the restitution of the $2,430, that the balance could be suspended for his probation, judge.
Do you object to termination, Mr. Walker?
Well, I would object to termination because there's a stay away condition, so I would prefer it be non-reporting.
Okay, anything further, counsel?
Nothing from the
Further,
statement.
judge?
Mr. Laverick, it's my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to four counts of theft by taking. Is that correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
I do, Your Honor.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I will accept your guilty plea as negotiated, Mr. Ravik. Once you complete the terms of the probation, meaning that you pay the restitution, it's going to go to a non-reporting status, and I'm going to waive the fees while you're on probation, okay?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Ravik.
Appreciate it.
Your Honor, are we ready for position number 18 again, Mr. McWater?
I think that we're going to do Mr. McWhorter in a breakout room at the end of court, okay?
Do we still need his presence? Because we're still waiting for South Annex to log on.
Okay, so are we done in courtroom 2 with everyone there?
Yeah, we're done with everyone else. We just have Big Water standing by.
Okay, so why don't we do this? Why don't we go into a breakout room right now, and I'll come back. So if you can put Miss Helen, myself, Mr. Walker, Miss Webb, and good morning, Mr. Howard. I see Derek Howard there.
Yes, me as well, Judge. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're
All right, so courtroom 2 for Mr. McWhorter. His case is being reset until Thursday, okay?
Okay, he heard you.
And we're done in courtroom 2, is that correct?
Yes, South Annex is trying to get in there in the waiting room.
Okay, all right.
All
So,
right.
Ms. Champion, if you can let South Annex in. Thank you so much, courtroom 2. We'll see you this afternoon.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Uh-huh.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Officer Milton. How are you today?
If it's possible, may we please start with position 17?
Okay, 16 and 17, we are going to reset for Thursday. This calendar, Officer Milton. Okay, so.
She's right here. Do you mind telling her for me, please?
Okay.
Ms. McGee, the judge would like to speak to you. Okay, hi.
Okay. Mr. Howard, you might want to sit down.
I was just about to text you.
Let's see.
Okay, so,
This is Ann McGee. Is that correct, Ms. McGee?
yes.
Good
Yes,
morning.
sir.
Good morning, Ms. McGee. I've had some conversations with our counsel regarding your case. We're going to have someone come out and speak with you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that we can kind of tidy everything up and see what's going on. And I understand that you have some issues. So because of that, we're going to have someone come out and speak with you, and you're going to be back on the calendar on Thursday, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I will see you, or the court will see you back on Thursday, but expect that you're going to get a visit from someone, okay?
Oh, yes, sir.
All right, very good, ma'am. We'll see you back on Thursday.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a seat back with me, please. Can you ready for the South Annex, Your Honor?
We are ready.
Okay, Ms. Cole. Position number 2 is Ms. Cole, Your Honor.
Okay. Good morning, Ms. Cole. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar. We are conducting this calendar by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you raise your right hand for me, Ms. Cole? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you. It's my understanding this is a negotiated plea, Mr. Finley.
That's correct, Judge.
All right, Mr. Walker.
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation is 12 months to serve, 24 days, credit for time served, 12 days, balance suspended with the stay away of an instant location, 275 Memorial Drive. I believe it's some type of liquor store, or convenience store.
Okay, Mr. Finley.
Yes, Judge. That is our understanding of the plea offer of the time served and balance suspended, of which we do agree.
And you don't challenge venue.
Yes, stipulate to the factual basis venue and ID, Judge.
Thank you. Ms. Cole, it's my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to theft by shoplifting. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, Your Honor.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, Mrs. Ag did a wonderful job, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Ms. Cole. You understand you can't go back to that liquor store on Memorial Drive, right?
I am aware that I cannot go back to that. So is there any way you can give my counsel the address of that liquor store? Because I'm not really familiar with store that you're talking about.
Okay, it's at 275 Memorial Drive, okay?
275 Memorial Drive. I'll make sure not to step on that premises, Your Honor.
Okay. Good luck to you, Ms. Cole.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next is position number 3, Ms. Golden.
Good morning, Ms. Golden. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Golden, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can put your hand down. Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Walker?
Yes, Your Honor, to the count of failure to obey traffic sign and expired driver's license is going to be time served of 13 days. On count 3, the marijuana charge will be null process in exchange for the plea.
Okay. Mr. Finley?
Yes, Judge, we do agree to the state's recommendation, additionally stipulate to the factual basis, ID, and venue.
Ms. Golden, it's my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to failure to obey a traffic sign and expired or no driver's license. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, Your Honor.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept your plea as negotiated. Ms. Golden, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Next, we have position 10, Ms. Lofton.
Good morning, Ms. Lofton. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Walker?
Yes, Your Honor, the state's recommendation is 12 months to serve, 36 days, credit for time served, 18 days, balance probated, with the conditions of no further contact with Tyrone Balkman, and a stay away from the incident location, 355 Peachtree Street, located here in Atlanta, Georgia, and an 8-week anger management course. And there's no objection to termination upon completion.
Mr. Finley?
Yes, Judge. We do agree to the state's recommendation and would obviously agree to the termination after she completes the anger management. And additionally, Ms. Lofton would just need to get her belongings, so if she could get an escort, Judge.
Okay. Ms. Lofton, it's my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to battery. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Greatly.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Ms. Lofton. Let's see. You can go back to 355 Peachtree Street on one occasion with law enforcement to retrieve any belongings that you might have at that address. I'm going to waive the probation fees for you while you're on probation to help you get and stay on your feet. And as soon as you complete the terms of the probation, it will terminate, okay?
Yes. Thank
All
you.
right. You're welcome. Good luck to you, Ms. Lofton.
Next is position 19, Ms. Moore.
Good morning, Ms. Moore. I'm Judge Eric Moore. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Was that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. Are you able to raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down, Ms. Moore. Thank you. Ms. Webb?
Yes, Your Honor. The state is recommending 12 months to serve, 16 days, credit for time served, 8 days, with a balance suspended, and a stay away from 2457 Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, Atlanta, which is the Mickey's Beauty Supply store. That's Mickey, MIKYS Beauty Supply. The defendant does have previous stayaways from that incident location, so we would like for the court to ensure that it is clear to her that she is not to return. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Yes, Judge, that is our understanding of the plea. We do agree and stipulate to the factual basis, venue and ID. We would just ask for her, oh, there's no probation. That's it, Judge. Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Morris, my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass, obstruction of a law enforcement officer, and possession and use of drug-related objects. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
Yes, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury? You don't want a jury trial, do you?
I don't know. I mean, I ain't never know I feel like this. But no,
So, okay, so no, you don't want a jury trial, right?
no,
Okay. Has anyone forced you or coerced you to plead guilty?
no, sir.
Okay, I will accept the plea as negotiated, Ms. Moore. Now, you understand you can't go back to Milky's Beauty Supply. You understand that?
Okay.
You're gonna have to find another beauty supply store to go to, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you, Ms. Moore.
Next, we have position 20, Ms. Morris.
Thank you, Judge.
What are we doing with Ms. Morris this morning? She wasn't on the list.
Judge, this is a negotiated plea, Judge.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, Ms. Morris. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you. Let's see, Ms. Webb.
Yes, Your Honor. For Ms. Moore's case, the state is recommending 12 months to serve, 20 days, credit for time served, 20 days, with a balance probated, a theft reduction course, a stay away from the Home Depot at 650 Ponce de Leon Avenue Northeast, and 30 hours of community service, Your Honor. Nothing further.
Yes, Your Honor. That is our understanding of that plea. We do agree. We do stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID. This does involve probation, so we are asking that the fees be waived, and that once she completes the conditions, can it be non-reporting? And I also just want to make an update or correction on the record for her address. It's 264 Christie Circle, Powder Springs, and Christie, Kristie. Thank you, Judge.
Okay. Is there any reason that you're not asking for termination of the probation, Ms. Helen?
Yes, Judge, if the state is willing, if it is, she completes the conditions, if it can be terminated, if they're willing to terminate it.
Any objection to termination, Ms. Webb?
No objection so long as that theft reduction course is completed, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Morris, it's my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to theft by shoplifting. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, thank you.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the guilty plea as negotiated, Ms. Morris. I'm going to waive the fees for you while you're on probation to help you get and stay on your feet. And once you complete the terms of the probation, it's going to terminate, okay?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Good luck to you, Ms. Morris.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Your Honor, everybody, I think we're finished here, right? Awesome.
We have a probation revocation calendar. Is the person in custody or not?
What's the name?
It's Makisha Washington.
Hold on. Oh, I messed up.
And while you're doing that, Officer Milton, let me speak to the state about this restitution hearing for Ms. Fortson. I see that Ms. Fortson's on the line. Are you all prepared to go forward with the restitution hearing, or have you resolved that matter?
Judge, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Finley. Mr. Finley, we did come into an agreement about the restitution amount and dispute for that case.
Okay, and what's that amount?
The total is going to be $882.
And that's your understanding, Mr. Finley?
Yes, Judge, that's correct. I
Okay.
did speak
Good.
with Ms. Fortson and we're agreeing to the 880.
Okay. Good morning, Ms. Fortson. How are you today?
Good morning. How are you?
Okay, I'm doing fine. Thank you for joining us today. Let's see. It's my understanding that you all have agreed to an 882 restitution in that matter. Okay? You have any
Yes,
questions?
sir.
You have any questions, Ms. Fortson, for Mr. Finley? Ms. Fortson,
No,
can you hear?
sir.
All right. Well, you have a good.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. All right. You have a good day, ma'am.
Okay, you too. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So let's see. While we're waiting for the South Annex to come back on, and I think that aside from the probation revocation case, that we've completed the 9 o'clock all-purpose calendar. I have Melissa Grace in court with me today, so if you all will make sure to get your paperwork and then I'll cross to her for my signature as soon as you can today. And as soon as she is ready, we'll go over the 9 o'clock calendar while we wait for the South Annex to come back on.
Give me a few minutes, Your Honor, and I will have it here for you. And I apologize, I messed up.
Okay, that's fine, Officer Milton.
And
So,
Alright.
okay.
Your Honor,
I'm gonna log on to another courtroom on this computer right here. And so I'll be.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
Your Honor, and
Yes.
I did want to alert the court, there was a case that was supposed to be on today's calendar. But after reviewing the facts of that case and receiving some additional information from our investigators, that case is going to be a transfer. It is for Mr. Abu Bakar, Abubacar. When I originally received the calendar last week, he was cited on there, but he is going to be a felony transfer. And I wanted to know, should I go ahead and prepare that order for today for your signature?
I imagine that if I have not already signed it, and I don't know if I have or not, but if you'd like me to sign that order, I'm happy to do so if you'll get it to the court.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, that's fine. Yes, I believe everyone's ready.
Position number 1 was a plea. Position number 2 was a plea. Position number 3 was a plea. Position number 4, reset further notice. Position 5 was a plea. Position 6 and 7 were pleas. Position 8 and 9 were pleas. Position 10 was a plea. Position 11 is reset 5/24/22. Position 12 was a plea. Position 13, reset further notice. Position 14 was a plea. Position 15, reset further notice. Position 16 and 17, reset for 28/22. Position 18, reset for 28/22. Position 19 was a plea. Position 20 was a plea. Position 21/22, reset jail jury. Position 23 was a plea.
I have a question. I had for 13 that person was released. Is that not the case?
Reset further notice because they were released. Number 13.
Gotcha.
Just double check. Yes.
Okay. Anything, any other questions regarding the 9 o'clock calendar? Okay, so we'll be in recess until the South Annex comes back with the probation revocation case. Okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thanks, Judge.
Your Honor, we're ready. Thank you for holding, everybody. Appreciate you all.
Okay, thank you, Officer Milton.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Ms. Washington. I'm Judge.
morning.
Good morning. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the probation revocation calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Officer Middleton?
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Washington appeared before Fulton County State Court on December 19, 2018 for the charges of battery and was sentenced 12 months to probation. She was sentenced to pay fees, probation fees, and to complete an anger management program. She has 7 months and 1 day left on probation. We're going to recommend that she be continued on and complete 8 weeks of anger management.
Okay. Ms. Helen?
And yes, Your Honor, when I spoke to Ms. Washington, she would like to continue on her probation, finish those conditions, and then successfully complete the probation.
Did she complete any anger management at all? Did she enroll?
When I spoke to her, no, Your Honor. And so what we were coming to understanding is what all was being asked of her to do. So no, she hadn't done any classes at that point, but she understands that she will have to complete those classes going forward.
Now, what's the problem?
Your Honor, she's residentially challenged. She has been, and when she was arrested, her son now is in the care of her sister, and she was residentially challenged during that time. So financially, it was hard. Getting access to the classes was hard, and getting transportation to the class was hard.
Okay, and she's going to be able to do all that this time?
She's established, Your Honor. And again, as I mentioned, she does have her sister who's here helping her in the state of Georgia.
Okay. Ms. Washington, I'm going to take the state's probation's recommendation and allow you to continue on probation, but you're going to have to make sure that you sign up for these anger management classes and take them in a timely manner, okay?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, I understand that you're having some difficulties, but I don't want you coming back here again in, let's say, 3 or 4 months and you haven't done anything, because what they're going to recommend is they're going to recommend to take away the balance possibly, which means that you're going to have to spend some time in jail, and we wouldn't want that, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, so we'll reinstate you to probation. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
All right. Officer Middleton, I am in courtroom G33 and I'll be here if you need me to sign that paperwork.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, and everyone else, Officer Middleton, will I see you this afternoon? Milton,
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I have, 1 second. It's felony. I have 2 ladies, Ms. Lindgren, who is, she has a private attorney, and Ms. White.
Okay, so I'll see you at 2 then.
All right, sir.
All right, and I'll see the rest of you all next week. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, y'all have a good day.
Hey, April. Hey, you can make me the host, April, and log off if you want.
Okay.